Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Wait. I haven't got your audio. Just leave it for a second. Damn it.
Well, here we go, everyone. We are here for the SwiftX NordVPN Azerbaijan Grand Prix in the qualifying session. I am Scruffy, and I am here alongside Biggles in the box.
G'day, g'day. Welcome along. Of course, to Baku. One of the longest, well, the highest speeds, isn't it, down the main straightaway? They get in excess of, what's the record, actually, come to think of it? Welcome everybody in the chat, too. The record is for that?
I'm not sure. I'm going to have to Google this. Baku GP top speed record. 378 kilometers an hour, also known as 234.9 miles an hour.
Wow.
Which is exceptionally fast. That's Valtteri Bottas.
That's right, I remember Valtteri Bottas. Here's the current standings from, This is our second race. Welcome, of course, to the SwiftX Series 2 Round 2. It's a sprint weekend here at Azerbaijan in the Baku circuit. And there's the first results, of course, from the first race that we had there. Scruffy, let me go over that. Absolutely.
So the results from the first race were, Will Castle basically won. There was a fantastic battle between the teammates, that one. Between his teammate as well, with Luke Franklin following in second. Following him was Thomas Hardwick in the Alpha Tauri, and then A2 Lappalainen in P4 in the Aston Martin, followed by the teammate Lenny Cook, also in the Aston Martin. And then followed by in 6th, Maximilian Kloss, Joshua Baxford in 7th, Jasper Ten Haken in 8th, Luke Ten Brinker in 9th, Niels Schäffner in 10th. And then following that was, we've still got Jan Schief in 11th, Anton Larsen in 12th, Gustav Korsgaard in 13th, Peter Lockett in 14th.
Excellent. And the constructors, Mercedes on top.
Yes. Go for it. Sorry, I cut you.
You're okay, that's perfectly fine, my friend. Mercedes on top, the Aston Martins, Alpha Tauri. It's an unusual mix-up, of course, but the Ferrari comes into P4, McLaren, Williams, and the Alfa Romeo.
I love the pronunciation of Ferrari.
The Ferrari, of course, I do it with the Italiano accent. I always do it now. It's a bad habit to get into, but why not say it properly, I guess.
Absolutely.
And Alpine Haas in the Red Bull yet to score some points. Heading on back down to trackside for our qualifying session.
And we do have a Red Bull driver in. We have 2 Red Bull drivers in, I believe.
We do.
So they will have the opportunity to score points. That's AJ Jackson.
AJ's back, actually, after missing the first round.
And Riccardo Gabetti down in 8th. So we do have the 2 Red Bulls out, obviously now in the nice actual Red Bull blue, because the game didn't used to have them as an accurate blue.
I'm on board with Jasper Ten Haken currently at the moment, who hasn't changed his name as he's supposed to, as E2 Lappalainen goes quickest. So you see down in the bottom right-hand corner. The sector times at least as he navigates his way through the castle section. It's 6 meters wide. The cars are 2 meters wide, so in theory you can get 3 of them side by side through there, but good luck on that. You can get 2 of them through there.
Very, very tight section. You can absolutely battle through the castle section. You've got to be mad to do it, as Merkid goes fastest with 139.349. Yellow flag in sector 1. Not entirely sure what that is, because I do not have the map up, because I am stupid. But yeah, so we're currently going down. Gonna make sure I actually have a map. And here comes. There goes Casa to the fastest lap. It's slowly falling around, but we do have Jasper Ten Haken coming down on the straight now, ready to pass the line. That is only good enough for 5th.
Well, only 5th. Just having a look currently at the moment. AJ is on an outlap. Let's see, the Red Bull driver is back. And AJ has changed his name. Good on him. An outlap. Think if anybody else is on a flying lap currently at the moment. Maybe Peter?
Yep, Peter Looker, I think, is on a fast lap. But the problem is, that's traffic ahead of him. And he is going to come into he's going to get caught by the Alphas, and I believe that's a Ferrari. They are going to move out. No, it's the 2 Alphas. They're giving each other the tow.
Oh, yeah, and the tow can work around here, can't it? For sure.
It can. It's very effective on the back straight.
As long as you don't make a mistake, that's the key.
No, this is the hardest corner on the circuit. I still say that's the hardest corner. That is harder than the castle uphill. And same with this last corner. You can lose so much time through these 2 left-handers that it's
half
just,
a second
you can
down.
End a lap.
Currently at the moment from the quickest time of Will. See if he can
somehow
make it
got the fastest second sector. But that makes sense, because you don't have to be fast through all the sectors to get a fastest lap.
What's he going to reach? 326 kilometers an hour. DRS activated. 334. 336, probably 337 actually. Bang, across the line. P5. 3:48 is the quickest time that I'm getting on the record, so most people on 3:47 on average. So there you go. That gives you an idea there, Scruffy, of how they're tweaking the car for the setup. Welcome everybody in the chat. Why is Alex not racing? No, Alex or Jacob. We'll get back to you on that one. Maybe somebody in the chat can let you know. I'm not 100% sure why they're not racing, but...
Joshua Bashford just heading through the castle section, heading down into the last two corners. The last corners, he's just tapped the wall. Tapping the wall could, of course, lose you a huge amount of time.
That's the
on Baku.
Oh, yeah. Has he just gone 3 seconds quicker than everybody else? Absolutely no
What?
way that could be correct.
That is not correct. If that comes down... Wait a minute.
He does have a purple sector too. Let's have a look anyway. We'll find out.
And I'm just saying, 2, 3, 4... no.
No.
Hey, he's going to be close, though. No, he's not at all.
7/10. Okay. That's
But
just
that's
telemetry.
not awful. That was really weird.
AJ's on
I'm
a
gonna
fly.
try.
Let's have a look, because welcome back, AJ. Our Canadian.
Absolutely.
Has been... didn't... unfortunately compete in the first race, but he's back to compete in the second as he gets through the castle section. He's on a controller too, remember, so he's not on a wheel, so it's even more difficult. He's almost clips the ball a little bit, exactly.
Which unfortunately slows you down a huge amount on Baku, because the whole point about Baku is momentum. As if you don't keep momentum throughout the whole lap, you just lose so much time. Oh, that was very deep into the corner. It's not what you want to do.
He does actually have a little bit of damage. Now, we got some fantastic new graphics, so if you want to see the little bit of damage, a little bit of end plate, let's have a look at our tyre performance graphics, sponsored, of course, by eShop Nordic, one of our fantastic sponsors. And you can see the little end plate is lime green. That's 10% damage there. How much would that hurt his performance there, Scruffy? He's going to box.
Not too sure much on the performance, but evidently he thinks so, because he's coming into the pits, which will, of course, allow him to repair that. It'll affect it somewhat. It's mostly the turning that it'll affect. As his teammate now goes to leave the pits.
Yeah, Anton's about to start a flying lap. This is Anton Larson.
Yep. Yeah, controller on Baku is slightly easier than the other tracks, but as I say, momentum is a huge thing, so...
We shall
Running
pull up
controller
our
is not the best.
NordVPN live sector time graphics. As you can see at the moment, it says he's on an outlap, about to start his flying lap. Scruffy, give us a hot lap guide around Baku on board with the McLaren.
Absolutely, you go straight down onto the start stretch. He's just about to start his lap. Now they were heading down onto the first corner of the Baku circuit. It's not the easiest corner, as proven! As he goes into the wall. I was literally about to say that's not the easiest corner, because it's very easy to put it into the wall on the right, and commentator cursed him.
Yes, you have. Well, how about another chance as Luke's about to start a flying lap, I believe.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second and I will jump to that. Where's Luke? Got to find him on the list. Aha, Tim Baker. There you are.
There we go.
He's
Luke Franklin. On board.
showing as Mercs for me.
Yes, he's Mercedes.
But that's weird. No, he's showing as Mercked. That's his username. He's showing as Mercked. Same as Cass is
okay.
showing up as Cass.
Sorry, yeah, some of those driver names are a little bit different in the Steam profile, but it's Luke Franklin currently in the moment. PT,
Yep.
I might need to write that down.
Yep, so he's currently... Well, I can sort of guess by the two, because Cass is Casson. He's going down into the section just before the castle, which, again, is very difficult to keep the momentum through. You just got to keep it moving, stick to the right. If Travis left, this chicane is not the easiest, because if you clip that curb, you're going to send it into the air, and then it's a straight run down to a very sharp... It's not even a 90-degree corner, it is greater than a 90-degree corner. As you send yourself into the I am stupid corner, as you head up into the castle section. It's a surprising amount of elevation change in a short period of time for an F1 track, which does, of course, lend itself to a little bit of momentum thing. Again, as I keep saying, but coming towards the end of here, it's just, you are basically sending it towards a wall. You have to trust the brakes of the car to do the job. It's going to round one of the final corners into this very fast right, left, right section, heading down onto the straight. Here we go, under the Emirates banner and heading down at full pelt towards start finish line. Are they going to be able to improve? That is the main question. I am fairly sure they might have maybe... Absolutely!
Right
Jump
on.
just above their teammate Will Casson. That was a really quick lap. So we've actually got Will Casson coming round on the end of his lap. He's 0.454 up on his last lap, and he's got the toe off the Red Bull. So we're going to see whether he can get back on. I think he absolutely might do. Look at the overspeed. That is immensely quick. I don't know what it is in kilometers. He's trying to pull every single 341, 43. He's going to cross the line and absolutely shatter the lap of his teammate.
Half a second. That toe. And the Red Bull giving him a toe. I don't know if the Red Bulls actually want to give him a toe or not, but either way, it did happen. Speaking of the other Red Bull, we have Riccardo Gabbiete. Absolutely. I think that's the first time driver in our series here. So good luck, Riccardo.
Ooh, that was a very quick lap.
Oh, I think Luke's had an accident. Yes, he has.
That's what's actually. Let me just jump on board. It's Franklin's the closest to him. I'm just going to see what's happened. He's put it into the wall. Oh dear. Lost the front left wheel. That's not ideal. The wheels have come off the Williams, which is not. Shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, I'm just passing it right now. Well, it's luckily just off the racing line, so it shouldn't affect any of the drivers that are on a flying lap, but it's a little scary to see your car parked sideways on the road. We're on board right now with Jan in the Alfa Romeo. They need to get some points, I believe, in this championship with 0 for them. Ooh, got a little bit wide out there. I don't think it's an invalidation.
Second off the pace. Just keeping an eye on Riccardo Gabbiete, who's coming round just about to hit the castle section, which claims more drivers than any other part of the track, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's fun. And this is the big boy club too, remember, at SwiftX, so they get damage, you get damage.
And here we go. Heading round onto the top of the castle section, steering out the wall. That's where it can mostly go wrong. If you try and overcorrect. And it's also a case of not putting it in that end wall. So now where is he in comparison to other people? Yellow on the first sector. Yellow on the sag is well off the pace of
3.5 currently in the moment on our timings that's showing up on the screen.
We've got A2 lap of line and about to come into the pits.
He will abandon that one.
So we do have Joshua Bashford on the fastest second sector. Now, I don't know what he's like on the rest of the grid. He's in green and green. So he's probably going to gain a position potentially. We'll wait and see. Oh, not quite.
Well, he shaved about, give or take 8/10 or whatever out of that one, so it's not too bad.
As we were saying,
Riccardo had it slow.
Noah Ilakolopi has gone up into second.
You're absolutely correct on that one. Been missing for Noah on the cameras so far, sneaking these laps in without us noticing. Just give me 1 second. For some reason, the stream is not showing up live for me on just the chat there on the YouTube channel, because I want to be able to see what's happening out there, making sure it all looks good for everybody, and read the chat as on top of it. Go ahead.
So we do have Neil Scheffner lapping faster. Not quite invalidating on that corner, but it was close. I'm going to head through the castle section again. The immensely tight corners there. There's only really one line through there. As we are going to see at the end of set 2 just how quick this will be. You've got to really take that tight there. The thing is, a lot of people take that tight or close or further out. It just completely depends on the setup of your car.
Let's have a look at the second sector. It should pop up in a minute there what the time difference will be to Will's second sector. 4.7 seconds way off the bubble. What are you about bad?
He is up on his own lap, though.
Go for another one. It's not showing he's up on this one. He's showing yellows.
He was definitely up in the game, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. I don't think it's 6, 7. No, absolutely not. He's lost a huge amount of time.
There are 2 new German drivers that are driving the Alfa Romeo. It's new in this season. So it's that part now of the qualifying session there, Scruffy, where they all duck back in the pits there, put some fresh boots on, and get ready for the final sprint lap shootout. And then, of course, we'll go into our sprint race coming up. It's a sprint race weekend. After a little bit of a momentum shift. Weather forecast that I'm seeing currently at the moment, well, we can't give you a race forecast just yet, but it's all good to go. And if you want to see some of that fantastic new graphics, there is our temperature graphic as well, as you can see currently at the moment. Just a little overcast, but no problemo with the rain.
We've got an Aston about to head out onto their fast lap, which is A2 lap line.
Yep. Let's go check out E2.
Heading it down. That's still such a great shot on Baku. The tracks running side by side.
Yeah. If you want to just get your lap time a lot quicker, my friend, just jump the fence. Boom. Done.
Yeah,
Save yourself about 45 seconds off of lap time.
send it down into the first corner. Again, that is arguably one of the slightly more difficult corners. It is on every track, to be fair, the first corner. First corner is always difficult to get right. As AJ Jackson's retired, I assume in the pits.
Yes, he's retired the pits. I think he's probably eked out everything he can out of that Red Bull. No time left to put another lap in if he wanted to anyway. E2, here we go. This is when you close your eyes and hold on tight because the castle section's coming.
Exactly. You wonder how many of the drivers IRL actually practiced that very specifically as a corner beforehand, just to get it right, because you can't make any mistakes through it.
No, it doesn't. A sensation. Oh, he does hit the wall a little bit. I think he might have just been listening to us, and we might have thrown him off there for the Finnish driver. Sorry.
Very lucky not to take the tyre off.
Yeah, and he copped a bit of damage there. And there is.
Judge, you disqualified for going the wrong way.
Ah, that's interesting. Must have had a spin. There's our
Did we ever see
fantastic
that?
tyre graphic, and you can currently see at the moment there's the end plate missing on his front wing.
I'm going to keep an eye on the other drivers further back. We've got Peter Looker going through the castle section, almost losing the back end. And we've got a couple of drivers finishing already. Joshua Bashford, Jasper Ten Hacken, and Niels Scheffner all locking in their times. We've got Peter Looker coming very fast through this section. I do love the look of the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah,
I don't know why, it reminds me of the old Lotus from the front.
I mean, considering you're a fashion company as well, too, you want to make sure you look good. As one of the best looking liveries out there.
There's a purple second sector.
Where are you getting this telemetry from? It's only showing up green to me.
It's a purple second sector in the game.
Oh, yeah, that's always incorrect, mate. We have NordVPN, the fastest VPN, bringing you the best graphics out here.
5, 6. This might be close. Ooh, that's jumped up a position on the line. We still have Luke Franklin to come as well as
Will's just lit up the timing.
Ricardo.
Ricardo's not improving, my friend. He's already already retired. But Will's going quick. Oh, has Will backed off his second sector? It's 40. Yeah, look at that. He hasn't got personal best there, but he's got personal best. He's already got it, so I don't think he... Oh, you know what? It's bragging rights now. He's going on the pit lane anyway. That's it.
And, of course, Luke Franklin, rather death, managed to jump up into second, so they lock out the front row. Again. And that's for the sprint, and let's see if they can lock out the front row from the sprint.
Yes.
Which will be an impressive feat. Especially going down into the Baku first corner. I would not be surprised if some shunting happens.
Get you to go over those results in a second, sir.
Exactly. And here we go. Starting from the top, Will Casson has qualified first on pole, followed swiftly by his teammate Luke Franklin, locking out the front row for Mercedes. Nuala Korpi in third in the Ferrari, followed by Peter Looker in the AlphaTauri in fourth, and Eetu Lapalainen rounding out the top five in the Aston Martin, followed by Joshua Bashford, Ricardo Gabetti, AJ Jackson, Anton Larsen, Jasper Ten Hacken, Niels Scheffner, Luke Tembrinka, and Jan Chief rounding out the 13 drivers on the grid. Now we go forth to the sprint race.
We will go to the sprint race, of course, straight into that one. Immediately, I believe. We'll just double confirm that one real quick there with the team. But there is our calendar. Of course, presented by Digital Motorsports, ELINT, NordVPN, and eShop Nordic. And we are currently here in round 2, Azerbaijan in Baku. And of course, after that, Hungary and Portugal. I think we spoke about this last week, didn't we, Scruffy? In the tracks that you kind of like and the tracks that you don't like.
Here we go. Yeah, exactly. It's basically the Hungaroring is always an interesting one. I personally am not a fan of it, but that's purely because I predominantly raced on controller when I was racing on it, so it's not a fun track at all. Portimao is probably one of my favourites because of the roller coaster effect that track has. And I'm not going to lie, Mexico is a fun track as well. Coast is always interesting.
Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
also-
It's I believe it's the second shortest in the Formula 1 calendar. On our Formula 1 calendar, it will be the shortest because there is no Monte Carlo, thankfully.
Oh, thank
Fan of
goodness.
that track. Glorified
Yeah, that
go-kart
is a track that shouldn't even exist in real life, let alone.
China's back, which is great. That's a great track. I really like China. I mean, it's
Shanghai's
great for overtaking opportunities, and turn one just keeps turning and turning and turning and turning and turning.
Such a confusing track. Here we go.
It is.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint.
As we head round on the formation lap, trying not to talk over the in-game commentary.
Yeah, I've completely forgot. My apologies. I need to turn him up a little bit louder, Alex Jax.
Alex Jax is great. We've said this in the first thing, but I will say it again. Alex Jax is an absolute treasure.
You can never say Alex Jax is not too great. Not great so many times.
Drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Exactly. And as much as everyone likes to take the mick out of F1 as a game, it doesn't half look pretty.
Oh no, it does. It's spectacular,
It's really
great
good
looking game. And if you compare that to like R Factor and stuff like that, it's way looking better.
The lighting in R Factor is great.
No, that's the good thing. When nobody's ever doubting the way that this game.
Yeah.
Look at the blurriness you can see, and all that.
Here we go. So we wait those red lights. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are away for the sprint race. 9 laps around Baku. And here we go. Lots of fighting at the front. The Mercedes goes through. We've got everyone through so far. A couple of drivers battling out of the back, but that is it for now. The AlphaTauri going down the inside of the Aston Martin, just about holding in there, still side by side. AC Lapalainen up a position, followed by AJ Jackson, also up a position down in 8th. And I believe Luke ten Brinker as well is up a position. But Peter Locker is not going to want to let that go as he just taps the back end of AT Lapalainen there. And this is always a very, very close start to a race here in Baku. As soon as they start getting into a train, that's the thing. And we do have a Williams, I think, trying to make a move down here. Luke ten Brinker was. But that seems to be everyone through fairly safely.
Yeah, positions, gainers and losers, of course, he too. Well, you got Ayrton. That's about to make a position on his teammate just there. Oh, no. Joshua.
Oh, Josh Strand.
Into the fence.
Oh, dear. Let's check if any damage.
Yes,
How we got
absolutely
to
damage, my friend. Look at that new graphic that we have here. Presented by eShop Nordic. Yeah, that's a front wing damage, of course.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to check on other cars through the field, see if there's anyone nice and close together. It's not many. 2 groups are forming. Who was that who just got the back end of the car out? In the background, I think that was AT Lapalainen. Because that AlphaTauri is dangerously close, because it is catching.
Oh, the sensation of speed on that camera is absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just within the... No DRS, of course, in the first lap. You got the Mercedes 1-2, so they did survive through there. And Noah. And no position changes for them, but everybody else almost has made a position change, apart from Niels down in P11, still in P11. But the pressure is mounting in the back here. Look at Peter Lock and E2. We'll keep it with E2 here at the moment. It's putting the pressure right on the back at the current moment of the Ferrari. A Ferrari is, like to say. Right
Anton Larsen further down the field had a little bit of an issue on the first corner, locked up slightly on the front left, I believe, but just about kept it out of the wall, which is what you love to see.
Yeah. You don't mess with the walls. They take no prisoners here in Baku.
There's going to be a battle here. Jasper Ten Hacken behind Anton Larsen, getting very close to the back end of that McLaren, who is sliding the back end quite considerably.
We go back to this battle too there. Jasper, yes, is exactly. Let's
Yeah.
get on to that one. Ooh.
Jasper is currently in a proper battle. Whoa, there! That's the back end gone. Oh, the McLaren, as I said.
Yeah.
That McLaren was not the most stable setup. And we do have Noah Erikorpi very close behind A2 Lapalainen, who I think has managed to make a position. And we got Peter Luca right on the back of, as you said, the Ferrari. Heading through the castle section is the appropriate way to say Ferrari. it's
Riding
just
on board with the AlphaTauri, as you can watch the Ferrari up the road there, which is behind E2. They're all going to have that DRS activation, I believe, in this lap. I'm going to get some updated for weather forecast too to let you know, but I think at the moment it won't be too much of a problem. Because the fact in our weather graphics at the moment, I won't even show you that because the rain is lurking, but it's in 30 minutes' time. Not going to be here in
Are
time.
we going to see them? Are we going to see this DRS open on the cars? Not quite yet. No, I don't think they got it until the 3rd lap, which is what I was actually going to say when you said about it. I think it's the 3rd lap
Oh, yeah, you're right.
where the DRS opens. I'm pretty sure that's the same on 5-lappers as well.
Correct.
In
sir.
F1 22. But that's very deep by Peter Locker, and that's lost a lot of time, which means that has left the door open for Riccardo Gabetti. No, it is this lap.
AJ's
The DRS flap's open.
dropped a little bit here.
Oh, no, it's the third lap, of course.
as
Of course.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the third lap. Of course, it's open.
So what's happened here?
Yes.
It's been a position change. Yes, but
this?
it got past. I think.
Oh
it,
yeah.
Also.
No, Yes, he must have.
Yeah, dropped it somewhere there. No damage on AJ's car that I'm seeing so far.
We got a very close driver behind Niels Scheffner. Anton Larsen is starting to fight back through the field. Much better exit out of there if he had kept the back end straight, but he's possibly going to send it down into the corner, heading into the castle. That is a dangerous position to send the car through, but he's made it stick. They're
Wait,
side
we're
by
gonna
side
see
going
side
up
by
the
side through the
castle.
castle? No
You
way.
never see that.
I want to see it.
Oh no!
And that's Niels in the
And
fence,
Niels
isn't it?
Scheffner goes into the castle wall and loses the front wing.
Yeah. There currently at the moment, courtesy of our graphics up there, shows you red wing equals no wing when you're in this car, unfortunately.
That's why you don't go side by side leading up to the castle chicane.
I wanted to
It
see
does end badly, and that's a full safety car.
It is a full, it's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't you just love
I know.
F1 22 where it says Sector 1, 2, and 3, and you never know if it's VSC or not?
But we're working on that here at SwiftX. We were talking about it
Yeah.
earlier to make some new fancy graphics that you've never seen
Yes.
before in any league anywhere on the planet. So we'll get that sorted out for you. Sticking to the deltas
Being
right
different
now.
always helps. Whoa, this is a fast overspeed. Anton Larsen on Jan Schief. He was coming up very quickly through those last corners.
Oh,
as
Luke!
you said. Oh no!
Luke's had a tangle.
Has he lost anything?
No.
M plate gone.
It's all-
No.
No, it's all good.
Templates
It's
there.
graphic. It's all really lucky
He's
to keep that one out of
fine.
the
He's
fence.
done nothing there, but he has lost a few positions. Now he is quick enough to get back through that pack. But I know who isn't going to want to let him through if he gets there, and that's
AJ.
A2 Lapalainen.
AJ and Jasper side by side with the DRS. Will AJ to make it stick?
Whoa, what a move.
Yes, he will.
That's potentially going to turn into a very good battle between those two. Because neither of them wants to give the position up.
You never yield. You never lift.
Never.
No.
Never.
No longer a race
If
driver
there
can
is
do
a
that.
space to go for,
Yeah.
you have to go for it. Like, it's just how it is. I'm going to keep an eye, myself, on Luke Franklin,
Yes, sir.
which is... Unfortunately, he's further back, but he is catching on that Red Bull of Riccardo Gabetti, and that's a
ooh.
yellow flag. Someone's rounding the castle. That might be Anton
That's
Larsen.
Anton.
It was just into the wall. He's moving, so that's fine.
He's got to get out of the
But-
way because Peter's coming through. Doesn't have to get out of the way, but Peter's on a charging rampage, of course, after he's trying to get back up at the
Yeah.
speed. Let's go back to Luke, as you mentioned. He's now in the DRS of the Red Bull, up the road there of AJ's teammate, Riccardo.
And Riccardo is out of the DRS of Iricorpi. So that means that he's not going to get any of the benefit of that lovely low downforce. But Luke is. And he's already got an overspeed coming out that corner in the first place, let alone with the DRS. And the thing is, you'll want to use the slipstream as much as possible to get past, because there's no point in jumping out the slipstream early, or you lose all of that advantage. He comes down into the first corner. Easy move. Now he's got to make it stick and continue on with his race. That was, according to the game, fastest final sector, but of course the game is wrong most times on the fastest sectors.
It was actually, believe it or not, it was the fastest sector.
The game was right.
Peter also copies that same thing on Anton, but that's super close. Anton might have got a little bit of tap. He did actually, believe it or not, having a look at our fantastic new graphics that we have here for that tire performance and AK damage there, 13% front wing. How much is that going to hurt you? A little bit, but it's not boxable
Quite a
really in a
bit.
sprint, is it?
It's not boxable in a sprint. You've got to run with damage in a sprint. Unless, of course, you've lost, even losing the front wing, that is probably the limit. Even if you lose both end plates, you still have some downforce off that wing. But
Very true.
currently, Luke Franklin is lapping quick. Because he's gained 0.2 of a second in the last half lap on Noah Iricorpi. He will very likely get past them in the next lap or so. And then, as I said, he has to deal with A2 Lapalainen, who will not want to let him through and is a lot further up the road.
And we know that Luke was quick, obviously, running in P2 next to his teammate. He qualified, so he has the pace. But after making a little bit of a moment, very lucky not to get any damage. Still, all end plates and everything is attached. And now he wants to make those two places that he just dropped back up. Problem is, No, we're not going to make it easy for him, of course. And another problem for him too. Time is not on his side. We're running out.
He's only got 3 laps, I believe.
Correct.
As he is going to hit 3 laps to go, and he's just not close enough. That's the thing.
Yeah, you can see he's burning the battery a little bit, but once again, you got to. It's almighty exit, isn't it? Out of the final corner, you need to nail that one perfectly. I'd say to make sure. What do you reckon? You have to be within at least half a second, don't you, out of the last corner?
Yep.
To get that mighty DRS toe.
Well, the DRS toe is quite considerable in the first place, but it's not.
Going back to Jan.
It's not the strongest.
On Luke. Now, I'm not showing everybody the tyres at the moment because they're all on mediums, apart from the drivers have actually made some pit stops to repair the damage and they've put soft tyres on. That's Peter, and that's Joshua and Niels running down in 10th, 12th, and 13th. But everybody else is still on the same mediums they started the race with. They're not going to box. They don't have to. There's no mandatory pit stop in a sprint race. Go to the end.
And take into account, of course, that this isn't the race.
Correct.
So this will matter, but only to qualify for the main race, which means that regardless of where Luke is now, he's absolutely got every opportunity to jump back into second place on the start of the race.
I think Anton's another victim.
Anton's in the wall. That's got to be a...
Yeah. One
Yes,
safety
it's gotta
car
be.
now, but let's have a look. Joshua should be able to see where Anton is. He's going to see his teammate, unfortunately, in the medical center.
Where is he?
There he is.
Oh, no. Rear left wheel off.
Yeah, that's a retirement course for sure. Further back, but that'll just slow everybody down for that sector, but it's game on. Nobody else is behind them. Will still leading the race comfortably by 3.7 seconds. Should have no problemo in bringing that one home. But it's all about this battle that's been brewing, isn't it, between Luke and Noah up the road there, the Ferrari. Currently running. Sorry, I keep doing it.
I just don't think he has the speed. Not right now, at least. Because whenever he gets into the corners, that Ferrari seems to make up tenfold in the straights.
Yeah. He's matching him. Now, look, the Ferrari... I don't like to give out the ERS management too much for the drivers that are listening, but this late into it, nah, we won't give it out. Scruffy, you know for a fact that you were racing in leagues. You listen out to broadcasts and stuff like that and get that juicy information, don't you, from
I personally
other
don't.
teams? No? I know some people
I personally
do.
don't, but that's because I don't have race engineers. So I mean, that's ultimately what a team with a race engineer would probably
when
do.
I've race engineered, I'm straight on the radio to the team, telling him exactly that he has X amount of DRS. Because you know, if your cameras are on there, you can see the wheel. Sometimes you can see it, and you can say, look, he's got no battery. Put the pressure on. It gives you an advantage.
Exactly, and I mean, that's what real teams do as well. I'm sure. He's currently still within 0.7. It's all a case of just
That'll
finishing the
further
lap.
back, but Luke may be able to get it here. That's Luke ten Binkle on Jasper. Brinkle.
Yeah,
I will get Luke's name correctly at some point.
They're heading into the castle section. They're going to be close. Not massively close. The main thing is, especially with...
It's half a second, remember? So if he can get half a second out of this corner, I think, right, that when you're coming up to this final corner as you climb up the hill, this one here...
Luke got half a second.
He needs, Luke did get half a second. We might have to go back up to that. No, 6
I'll keep an eye on it for now.
He got an overspeed moment. We'll go back to Luke because, I don't think...
He's not catching.
The other Luke.
That Ferrari's using his ERS. I'm going to have a check.
He's not burning his
Absolutely.
battery.
11... I will say now, because we're so close to the end of the race. He's on 9%.
Okay. 48% for Luke. So what's Luke waiting for?
Exactly. Now,
Last lap, you think?
I think he's waiting for now.
Yeah.
Because he's basically what he's doing is he's pressure. I mean, he will want just to get third. Third is a pretty good end to this race.
True.
He's got the ERS. There's no reason he shouldn't be using it
and
until...
he knows too. Look, because Noah's lights, the blinking light of death, I like to call on the Ferrari. He knows exactly right now, even without an engineer telling him that Ferrari is out of battery.
Exactly. And the thing is, he'll either use it last lap, or he'll use it late this lap into the last lap. The thing is, you can easily run 40% down over a
What
lap.
would you do as a race driver? As AJ's got past Ricardo, well, that came out of nowhere, unless somebody made a mistake, because they weren't that close. But now AJ's up 3 positions. Gain there. Welcome back to Formula 1, but they're the Red Bull teammates, so we don't know whether or not there's team orders between those 2 Red Bulls, but we'll have to go back to that battle between Luke and Noah, because we know that's been brewing. We want to see how Luke's managed his energy management, as you'd mentioned.
Yeah, and I can't quite see that right now. I'm just going to have a look. He's gaining energy. I think he's just trying to get some back into it so that he has the one last-ditch run on the final lap. And he's using it occasionally Not a huge amount. He's just got to get these corners right because he's pulling it down to 0.6, 0.59, and he's going to start using it now. I think there is nothing that Ferrari can do with regards. Look at the overspeed. It's slight bit out that last corner. There is nothing that Ferrari can do to defend from the ERS usage now because it's used it all.
Boom. 100 and something kilowatts at his right foot disposal. On board right now with Luke. Can he get the Ferrari to turn one?
And they're still side by side. They has not made that stick yet. That Ferrari is not going to want to back out, and that Ferrari has to go behind. And unfortunately, Luke still has the RS.
Yeah.
So all he has to do now is use it.
That's there you go. So not always necessarily about your pure pace, because these are very quick drivers. It's also about that management of energy, isn't it? That you mentioned. Just save that up for a little bit. Could have deployed it earlier. Decided I'll wait for it. It's a big gamble, of course, because if you get it all wrong, that's it. You don't have another shot because you're on the last lap.
That's Bashford. Joshua Bashford has spun somewhere on the last bit of the lap. We've got to hope Jan Schief... It's not Jan Schief, sorry. It's Neil Scheffner, who is now getting a bit of the toe. Won't do much.
No, I'm just trying to see if Ricciardo's going to do anything about his teammate. I don't think Noah's going to be able. Look at this three-way battle you got to remember there. So you got behind AJ. That's the AJ DRS train. Ricciardo, Jasper, and Luke.
And Jasper's got a bit of ERS, but not a ton. Ricciardo's got 40%, and the Red Bull in front has got 30%. So the thing is, though, look at the pace that Jasper Ten Haken has out that last section.
Yeah. We might have to go
this
back.
This is going to be close.
Yeah, we will have to go over to Wilbur because Will's going to be about to cross the line.
Absolutely.
To sprint race.
Oh! No! Sent by Jasper Ten Haken takes himself out. Nearly took the Red Bull out.
All right.
That was a needless send.
Oh, you can see carbon fiber flying around everywhere.
Oh,
Who was
yeah.
it? Jan makes his way up into P
That's well across the line.
position. E2 come across too. Sorry about that one there, Will. We missed you crossing the line, but you did it. You've crossed the line before in the past. Another race win for you. E2, P2, P3, Noah. And AJ, this is a battle 10 seconds down the road now. Will AJ get that P5? Yes, he will. No penalties.
Oh, it's a battle behind, though. Jan Schief, Luke Tenbrugge on the line! Oh!
I think Luke got it. No.
0.005, I'm pretty sure that was. Whoa!
Yeah, we just got a migrating host coming up right at that point, which means it'll probably mess with the scoreboard until the results will finally come in. So we don't know if these are the final results. Well, we know for a fact that Will has won, guaranteed that one. E2's P2. But the rest of this, Luke is P3, Noah's P4. But panning the rest of it, that's definitely going to be very, very close, as that information should come up very, very soon. Just at least the host migrating issue came right at the dying moments of the game, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Here goes the scoreboard.
Are you getting it? I'm not getting any scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm getting a scoreboard switcheroo.
Yeah, it's not. We got to wait till the final results come in. After that time clicks down, the time remaining, you can see, because at the moment they've all crossed the line. We can tell you that. It's just that the little glitch at the moment where, hey, here we go, finally. We'll get to see those results in a second.
Wait.
Anticipation, isn't it? Because how close is that the line you mentioned? Jan will get the driver of the day.
I am not sure. I'm pretty sure that was like easily half a second.
You're going to find out in about 5 seconds. There it is.
I need to switch, which I don't know how to do because it's being weird. Come on, how are you going to switch? It's not going to switch.
Jan did get him. Jan
dead on the line.
On the line. Doesn't show us the time, unfortunately.
Oh, it does. My word. So plus 21,087 off the end. I will quickly run down. So that was
how do you
3,000th of a second. 3,000.
How do you quick select it to the sprint sprint?
Yep. So Cass in first. That's Will Casson, followed by A2 Lapalainen in second. Mert in third. Noah Ilakolpi in fourth, and AJ Jackson rounding out the top 5 because that's all I can get through. But
yeah,
3,000ths of a second between those two cars.
That's quite amazing.
That is easily like the end plate of a wing, if that.
It is. Remember, a Formula 1 car travels a full football pitch in 1 second, so you can imagine how nail-bitingly close that was. That was to conclude our sprint, our first sprint. We'll see if we can obviously get our Will in here for a chat because he's wrapped up another race win. We'll see if we get the interviews in here in a second. If we can organise Will in the cool down room. I'd love to shove the microphone in the cool down room and have a listen to the drivers as they do an F1, right? Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe a few there, once in a while.
Yeah.
I got the button ready, but give that one a shot, Sky Sports. Do I get points for P7? MasterChef asks out there. That's a very good question, Scruffy.
It is a good question with how the sprint system works. I mean, if you're running off of real life F1 sprint races, then
yeah, I believe it's the same format.
P1 to P8. So P1 to P8 get from 8 to 1 point. Basically, P1 8 points, P8 1 point.
There you go.
So if it's working off the real one, P7 we get 2 points. So I assumed you were Jan Chief because of Master Chief.
Yes. Jan Chief. I tell you what, 2 Formula 1 World Championship points, I'll take that any day of the week, considering the level of competition that is here. Absolutely. Remember, it's a long season too. So you've seen seasons, and we've seen seasons in the past here, decided by 1 point. So every single race counts, doesn't it? You're just one of those races where you're like, I gave up and I didn't want to, put the effort in, or I retired early because whatever, I wasn't going to race win. And that comes back and bites you when you're in the final rounds and you realize, geez, I could win the championship by a couple of points. Why did I do that earlier? You don't want to be asking yourself why.
100%.
Just waiting to see if we can get Will for an interview. Will, if you are listening out there, jump in, give us some chat. So Will's on a hat trick now. Well, not a hat trick. He's got 2 for 2. He won the first race. Now he's won the sprint race. I wonder if you can get the hat trick now, mate, after this one when we start the feature race.
Exactly. It's just await the grid.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Mr. Will in the cool down. So, g'day, Bram. W123. Hey, yo. Hope you enjoyed our first sprint race. What did you think about that one? It's quite amazing. A couple of DNFs, but not as crazy as what you would think it would be in Baku, isn't it?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's Baku. It's always interesting. Hello, Bram W. It's always interesting. It's a circuit that the thing with it is it's a magnet for carnage. That track.
Yeah. The castle section claimed a couple of victims, but more so, a couple of people crashed a little bit before the castle section and out of the castle section, not going into the famous Charles Leclerc corner. I think they've named it now.
Yeah, exactly. The Charles Leclerc section.
Doesn't look like we're going to have anybody for an interview, so therefore we'll have a intermission, and then we'll be returning for the final feature race. This time around, Scruffy, I'm not going to mute you for the race introduction, okay? We'll get that one. I know you had the race introduction. We're just about actually maybe able to get somebody in here. Joshua is just trying to organise maybe if we can get Will in. But yeah, this time, apologies about that one. Scruffy had it all written down, a nice qualifying intro, but now you'll get a chance to do the race intro this time around. I'll make sure I get that one fixed for you.
That's all good. We may get Will by the looks, but getting very close to the race now.
Gets sweaty, and I have to say it's good to see AJ back. And a couple of little moments that they had. If I'm not mistaken, so we had Peter, and once again, I'm not sure what those results, but was it Peter finished in P5? Did Niels finish in P6? Joshua finished in P7. If that was the case, those drivers had an early pit stop on lap 3, and lap 1. And then they used the soft tyres towards the end. That'd explain their pace difference. But that's quite amazing, isn't it, to make up all that time, including a pit stop in a 9-race sprint. With no safety cars. We only had a virtual safety car, so it didn't bunch them up. That's just outstanding.
I'd be amazed if you got a full safety car at a sprint race.
True. I think you can, but only at the very, very start. There is a cap to the game itself, but I think it has to be a minimum. Or
Three laps from the end, I
I think it is from the end, yeah. And I think it can be on 3 laps to go, and then the safety car will only be 1 lap.
Yeah.
2 laps after that, no. It won't be in the situation of finishing under a safety car. You see sometimes, unfortunately, you don't want to see it, but we know that for a fact what happened a couple of years ago, right? And Abu Dhabi,
exactly.
About what teams wanting to finish in under the safety car and teams not wanting to finish in on the safety car. Certainly wasn't entertaining one way or the other, however you see it. I don't think Will's going to come in. So, yeah, we'll definitely go to an intermission, and we'll be back for the main race, sponsored by VPN, very soon.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama. I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
I hate you, drama.
Welcome everybody. It is time for the race here for the SwiftX NordVPN Azerbaijan Grand Prix 2023 this time around, I believe. It's round 2. The drivers are getting ready, and we are absolutely ready to go racing here in Baku at the city circuit with its famous castle section. 6.0 kilometers. The 3 is basically irrelevant with 20 turns and that massive straight, which creates some fantastic overtaking opportunities and some of the highest speeds seen on the Formula 1 calendar. The inaugural Formula 1 race, of course, was the 2016 European Grand Prix. The Baku circuit is the second longest on the current F1 calendar. That title, of course, goes to Spa-Francorchamps for the first. The Baku City Circuit was, of course, designed by Hermann Tilke. That's why it's got so many 90-degree corners. It's located right in the heart of the city and pretty well located. If you ask me, it's pretty solid as a track in general. It also happens to be very, very pretty. Yes, we are here for the race, just drivers getting ready, and I am Scruffy alongside Biggles in the box.
Yes, g'day. Welcome back. Of course, the Aussie and the Brit. So, you know that the Australians and the British love our motor racing, as well as many of the other nationalities that you have around, of course, Will, the likes of Will, who just came off winning the... Well, so far, he's going to tick all the boxes, isn't he? He qualified on pole. He won the first sprint race. He's won the actual first round one. Let's see if he can manage to get anything done in the actual feature race right now and tick all 3 of those boxes off and probably get the fastest lap as well. So he's got 4 boxes to tick, doesn't he, at the end of the day? I don't think he got the fastest lap in the previous race round. I think that went to Luke. And a little bit of an update for everybody out there, Scruffy, about what happened across the line there with that dilemma.
Yes, so it still was 3 thousandths between them on the line. Which is true. I can't remember the names again. Sorry, I've had a complete mental blank.
I think it was Jan. No, or was it or Niels? Niels and
it was one. It was one of them.
Yeah.
Niels, but they crossed the line 3 thousandths of a second apart. That is still the case. However, there was a disconnect on Anton's front. So basically, what happens is everyone sort of gets bumped back half a second. So again, as much as that 0.003 of a second still exists, everyone gets bumped back by half a second on that front. But yeah, it's a little bit complicated.
It's Formula One. When is it never complicated? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, obviously in the real Formula One, half the time Martin Brundle and David Croft are up there confused as what's going on. Race control's confused what's going on. Teams are confused as what's going on. We've all seen that before. That's just, it's called a motor race, as Mikey would say.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Waiting
currently
for the players.
Still waiting for the players.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the players. Maybe they're waiting for us, but we're green light. Absolutely,
yeah, exactly.
for sure. We're not waiting for everybody out there in the chat. Say hello. Of course, this is the SwiftX Series 2 Round 2. This is our sprint weekend, sponsored by NordVPN, the fastest of all the VPNs. And trust me, I've tested that one. I had 3 VPN services, my friend, and I've noticed that the Nord is definitely the quickest speed tests, and that is the best way to go. You have to use it. You have to. Just knock on the NordVPN there and say, hey, Dean Biggles sent you. So you can get discount codes and all that sort of. Don't knock on their door. Don't knock. Already got enough people knocking on their door.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Who's going to be knocking on Heaven's door? As they're going to get ready. There's a classic one for you. Oh. But we've got Alex.
Still on the grid. He's got the load in to get back into the game.
Check the tyres out real quick there while Alex is going to be chatting, but look at that. So the top 6 on the hards, and then you got a bit of a crew on the mediums, and then the hards again. Is that a good strategy you would think there, Crofty? I mean Crofty. I'm calling you Crofty now.
Yeah, I'm Crofty now. Yeah.
Scrofty, that's right. We called you Scrofty.
Scrofty, that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the strategies will always be different. The back, I'm sure, will want to try and overtake the midfield by going on the longer lasting tyres, which to be fair is a smart strategy. It just depends on how well that plays out across the whole field, really. It completely depends on the first corner as well. Always confusing seeing the Azerbaijan logo and then the German flag in the background. It just looks very confusing. Economy just in on time. That's what you'd love to see. So we are going to... That's 5 lights already. My word, they're going already. Let's go for the first lap of this Grand Prix. That Ferrari got an exceptional start. Corby got a fantastic move. That Mercedes is going to be pushed wide. The Mercedes is just going to bump wheels with the Ferraris going down into the corner. We're going down into the second section. That Mercedes on the right-hand side. That is, of course, I believe, Luke on the right. Just getting pushed back. We have Anton Larsen spun at the back of the grid. That is not into the wall. I don't think they've got any damage apart from slapping the back end into that, but still.
Oh.
And we have cars round at the front. There's a massive accident. Cars into the wall. Alpha Tauri. That is going to be Peter Lockett into the wall. I would not be surprised if that pulls out some form of VSE. He's just run over his own debris.
No, it hasn't. And
that is amazing.
Jumped at will at the start there. A little bit of action further back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, it is.
A lot happened there. A huge amount happened there.
I'm sure there's a bit of damage. We'll go through them in a second with our new fancy graphics, of course. But for now,
go around into the
castle section.
Heading around into the castle section. We do have a lot of cars. It's always interesting with this amount of cars following each other. The Williams of Jasper Ten Hackett on the back of Jan Schief. My word. This is a section where it is very much who has... But he got damage.
Yes, he does.
Has Jasper got damage?
Yep, here we go.
He just could not hold the line. Look at that.
Our eShop Nordic graphic up there at the moment shows he's got 23% front wing. That's going to really be painful.
Oh, Peter Locker into the wall. I'm assuming he also has quite a bit of damage. He has no front wing, so that makes sense. Niels Scheffler going past
Lenny Cook's struggling to get around Jasper with that damage, but you know, Jasper's going to have to probably box, so you can see Lenny Cook just on the power. But Lenny Cook's also got damage too. Look at this.
My word.
Unbelievable.
Half the grid with damage, to be honest.
And they're not boxing, so they're going for it side by side. Now, this is even Stevens, you have to say, because they both have the equal amount of damage.
On AJ Jackson. AJ Jackson just pulling away. He's going to lock in behind AJ. That was a smart move by Jan Sheaf. Now, there's that damage on Jan. There's damage on a lot of...
No.
Is that someone on a wing?
No, there isn't actually. We'll go through that actually. We'll keep that eShop Nordic graphic up there. So as we scroll through there, we'll be able to see who's got damage and who hasn't, and Jan doesn't. We'll get the type performance as well. That actually shows you how much they're going to chew through them. But at the moment, it's too early to worry about that. But let's go back up through the field. Let's have a look at AJ. I think so far it looks okay there for AJ as well too. No damage. We'll go back up through Luke. Is that? Am I seeing a little bit of damage on the? Yes, 10%. That's 10%. So it's tiny. Ricardo in P5. He's also he's good.
Fine.
The other Luke Franklin, he's good. Noah is. It's interesting, isn't it? Will's got no damage and E2's got no damage. Isn't it interesting how you have to go through that? Lenny Cook maybe getting the overtake done. It was Lenny Cook. No, Lenny Cook cooked it somewhere. Lenny, sorry about that one, but ooh. Now that's a no front wing. Look at this. That might pull out a safety car. You can't even get around the castle section.
Oh, that is 100% a safety car.
It's a virtual, actually. They only called a virtual, mate. Sorry about that one. Look at that.
It's still a safety car. Let's just take it as a safety car.
True. I know you've been yeah, go ahead.
I want a safety car. They're always interesting. They pull the field back together and make it hugely interesting on the restart. But
trust me, it's Baku, mate. There's a good chance of getting it. 2 of 26 at the moment. Luke on the back of Noah.
Gonna have a bit of speed on him, but not a huge amount.
The sparks, the downforce. I mean, that's heavy fuel, of course, because he's starting the race. Ricardo's going in.
Oh, no.
I think
Lenny Cook with the VSC penalty.
Oh, he's trying to get that back in there with that damage. No doubt. He's got no front wing. This is the battle that's brewing. Will's just in the cusp there of the DRS range. It'll be activated very soon. Noah in the P3, the Ferrari. Luke, of course, is on the back there of Noah. I'm going to move the gap to the other Luke. And then he's got AJ for company behind him. Who also, Jan Chief, who was in the chat earlier. Welcome everybody in the chat. Of course, to the SwiftX Series 2, sponsored by the fastest VPN on the planet, with the fastest motor racing series on the planet, NordVPN.
Just currently, with the front group is really close together. 82 Lapalainen up in first place, followed by Casson in second. Noah Irakorapi in third. But very close behind is Luke Franklin, and quite frankly, he's actually making quite a lot of moves. And there's a car round in the castle.
Is that Joshua who in the castle section? No, I'm not quite sure. There was
someone was round in the castle section, and there's someone round at the end. Anton Larson going slowly.
Probably, maybe Anton, but we're going to go back further. There's 2 battles brewing at the moment. There's Niels on Jasper. And further up, you got
Luke's about to make a move.
Yeah, and we'll go to Luke, of course. This will be one of the first ones up there as they make their way into the straightaway to get the power down. Look at this. 68% battery as well, too. Cranking at 8th gear. Deploying some energy. 337 kilometers an hour. What do you think? This should be...
He's got DRS, so absolutely. That will absolutely be an easy overtake. Whether he'll defend it or not is another question.
Yeah, further back, Jan on AJ.
Whoa.
Jan making those places up, I believe, as well.
AJ is very, very close.
Oh, AJ's around.
Whoa.
Does he keep it out of the fence? Yes, he does. No damage on AJ's car, but he's got to do
careful,
like a
though.
beep, beep, beep. Yeah, he's got to bet. Don't go driving too far back.
Now.
Got to wait for some traffic.
He's got to wait.
Now spin it.
Oh, no!
Oh, it's cooked it too much and he's got to do it again.
He's got to hold again.
I'm feeling for AJ right now, trying to get this
Oh,
around.
got to do it this time. Yes, he's still going to have burnt tyres.
And on top of it, but look, no damage. So good on you, AJ, for keeping that one out. It's painful, but hey, it's 4 of 26, you know?
He's got to keep it out the wall now because those tyres will be burnt.
Yeah. Nice.
Even slight acceleration errors now.
Speaking of tyres, there you are currently in a moment, your tyre graphic that we did show you at the start. We'll bring that one more into play later on. Here's the gaps, but, and Luke, well, and Will. I'd have to say that Will start to creep in E2. Look at this battle for the top 3. Top 4, actually.
Be in the DRS. Thing is, Will Casson will be. Oh no! Is that the castle? What is that?
Yes, it's a castle. Let's see if we can find
That's
Peter.
a full safety car. Full safety car.
That's a full safety car. Are they going to box, actually? I think they're just passing it.
They
Let's have a look
should,
where the
they
damage
should.
is. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Right, we got to try and get back in.
Yep. It's just
I got kicked out as well, so I don't know what's happened there.
It's probably just a spectator thing. Yeah, bear with us, please, everybody.
Yeah, okay, so I can see spectating. Okay, it says I'm spectating. Let me just stop spectating, spectate again. No, I'm going to have to leave the session.
You'll have to leave the session. Just go to a
yep,
little
this
bit
is
of
just
a,
how the game works. We will be back in a moment.
Hello and welcome to the first SwiftX.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. We'll see if we
Interesting
can get-
graphic?
Yeah, it was a graphic. It's actually a video from last time around. We haven't changed it. But also, we get back in. We'll be on the screen. But you can hear us still at the moment, so we'll keep you amused for a second.
Let's hope that didn't take out any drivers.
Exactly. It's only hopefully just us. We want
Sometimes suspect. No, it keeps kicking us.
It was a safety car, remember, as well. So
It's just kicked me out again.
probably the perfect time that we are being booted out.
It's just kicked me out again.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in. We'll see if it's going to get me in or not.
What the? Jasper's got a disconnect.
Just anybody in the chat anybody in the chat, can you give us a little bit of verification, please, if you are?
Yeah, let me just put this also in the chat so I can.
Yeah, we'll check it with the drivers at the moment, because we
Yeah.
are having some issues. Now, once again, we are under safety car was just deployed on lap 5. So, you're currently not missing any great battles on track. However, you're probably missing some pit stops.
Great strategy. Is anyone still loading? Yeah, Jasper 10 Hackett has still got a spinny pinwheel.
This go crazy.
There, it's fine now. I didn't see it when I joined, but it's very likely to boot me out again.
I hate you, drama.
Yeah,
Let me know.
currently I'm spectating, but I have to leave the session again.
Can let me know. Yeah, I'm in. I can at least give you commentary from inside the game.
Please? Great.
So we currently have Cass and Luke are still in first and second. It doesn't look like much has changed, apart from the fact that Jan Chief is now in third, A2 Lapalainen in fourth, Joshua Bashford in fifth, Noah Elakotopi in sixth, Neil Scheffner in seventh, AJ Jackson in eighth, Peter Looker in ninth, and Luke Temblinka is in 10th, followed by Lenny Cook in 11th, Ricardo Gabetti in 12th, and Anton Larson in 13th. So we currently have at least myself back in. Hopefully you can get back in.
Yeah, trying to load in right now. Thank you very much for that, for the scrub. Apologies to everybody out there for the pictures.
I don't know what
showing.
happened there.
Just a
That was
technical
very
issue.
strange.
Yeah, it kicked both of Scruffy and I completely out. But as far as what we are aware, the drivers are all good, right? Just the kick. They didn't like the spectators here in Baku. They just got rid of us.
No drivers have been disconnected from what I could see.
I'm back in. So pitches. For some reason, my live scene is just not cooperating with me. But we'll go back down to the pitches.
That was very strange.
Okay, so I'll go over to the stops at the moment, as you mentioned. So E2's made a pit stop. Noah's made a pit stop. Everybody else down the bottom's made pit stops because of damage. Jasper's left the session, so I think Jasper, as you mentioned, might have been having those technical issues.
I mean, Jasper had DNF'd anyway.
True. That's right. That's what caused the safety car, wasn't it?
Yeah, going into the wall at the castle, I believe.
So there's your pit stops, there's your tyres. And we are back in business, of course. We being back in business is right there on your screen. Biggles and Scruffy, back with the live pictures of the safety car of our feature race, with Will leading this one now, and Luke. Familiar territory. Is that, who was it? Who was breaking them up? E2. What happened to E2? Oh, that's because E2 has boxed. That is the reason why E2 is now running in P4, because he was leading the race, remember?
Exactly.
Now, I'll give you the fantastic tyre graphic, the new tyre graphic presented by eShop Nordic. Currently on your screen at the moment, you can see that is about 16% on the rears, which take the most punishment for Will on those hard tyres. So they're not too bad, right? You'd have to say they're Scruffy.
They're lasting.
They're
That's
lasting.
for certain.
Yeah, we can't show you any of the soft riders. We can go to Jan, who's just right there. So look at Jan's tyres. And as you can see there from our graphic, they're about 23% also, my friend, as they keep exchanging positions between him and Luke. So 23, 25, that's 5 laps. Really, what you're talking about, 4 laps that they've done racing speed. Not bad on the mediums. He's been kind to his tyres.
And this, of course, will help the hard runners out as well because it gives them extra laps.
Absolutely. Now, of course, our weather forecast that we have at the moment, just overcast conditions here in Azerbaijan. Track temperature, I can barely read that, 150, it's 34 degrees Celsius and 95. It doesn't massively, track temperature in the game doesn't really change as much as it does in other racing sims. Overcast conditions. And there it is.
Forecast for haze.
Forecast for haze. I've seen a tornado icon appear before in the past, my friend, and that just means it's absolutely bucketing down. That is actually, it is a thing in the telemetry that the game sends you. It's got like fully wet, and then there's one that's like lightning storm.
Thunderstorm, basically.
Yeah, thunderstorm. And have you seen lightning in the game? Apparently that has happened before, but I think I may have seen it once. I'm not 100% sure if that's just a myth.
It's rare. I'm pretty sure.
Obviously, if there's lightning in the background, if this was IndyCar, that would be stopped immediately. In fact, I think they do stop at Formula 1, don't they? If there is lightning in a certain range away from the track, because it's very dangerous down there in the pit lane, having a lightning strike.
Yeah. Well, not as bad as a missile strike, which could have happened.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? And
in 2021. So I mean, they'll stop it for lighting, but they'll stop it for lightning, but they won't stop it for missiles, which is quite funny.
I don't think they expected that one. That was the only thing.
No, I don't think there's anything in the racing regulations that talk about missiles.
So a recap of those positions gained and lost there. So far, Joshua Bashford not doing too bad. There's 7 positions gained. Jan Chief, you'd have to say. Well done, too, for the German driver. Really improving. It was the driver of the day, I think, for our first sprint race. Currently running up in P3, still yet to make pit stops. But also Joshua Bashford doing a fantastic job. You can see gaining 7 positions there for our British driver. God save the king and your countrymen. Anybody else that's been really impressive so far? You've seen it in our race? It's impressed at Scruffy.
I'd say honestly, just for the battling, probably NordVPN, to be honest. Just for the battling up at the top of the grid, to be honest, and hopefully they can get themselves back up there because they can race really hard and really, really fair.
Yeah, Noah in the Ferrari. He's also made a pit stop. I keep saying Ferrari. Sorry, I'm losing that bad habit of it, but I'm just going to do it from now on. Call me an Italiano. But yeah, Noah's...
Safety car is in.
As long as Noah keeps that out of the Charles Leclerc corner, he should be all good to go.
The safety car might be in this lap because that does not show SC on the boards anymore.
Oh, I never noticed that. Is that
it's a really interesting detail the game has. Yep, when the safety car's coming in, it goes off the boards.
I always thought it goes off the trigger point of Sector 3. Sector 2 to Sector 3.
Here we go.
Which should be about
the
here.
safety car is in. He's gone already.
Wow.
And of course, the teammates can just tell each other when they're going, which gives a huge advantage, and it has worked. There is the Ferrari of NordVPN and Joshua Bashford. Bashford has actually managed to get up into 5th on that restart, just by virtue of jumping. There is also the Red Bull of AJ taking Niels Scheffler's car. He's still side by side and he's round. That's perfect. And that's... Ooh.
That's Niels around, actually.
Niels Scheffler going straight on.
Yeah. Dropped in a couple of places. I think he got some damage. But further up the field there, Joshua Bashford. And Noah!
Still very, very close. There's going to be battles back here because they're all back in a train, of course, and it's basically like the restart of a race. Practically back to lap 1.
In the chat there, A2B, thank you very much. You could say, perhaps you could say Mercedes is a missile on the reference earlier on.
Oh, no, 100%.
Yeah, well, they are missiles, plural at the moment. 2 of them leading this race. Peter Locke
Still
putting a bit of
missiles.
pressure further back at the moment on the back of AJ as they file their way, thankfully filing their way through the castle section line of stern and not side by side.
Still doesn't stop incidents. That's for certain.
Yeah, welcome along. 8 of 26 after our first safety car at Baku, which probably came a little bit later than what we expected, but this is the best of the business when it comes to SwiftX, mate. They can drive. We've seen it before in the past.
Well, they can. They really can. So we've got currently the cars of Anton Larsen, Lenny Cook, and Luke Ten Blinker very close to the back of the grid. Mostly Lenny versus Luke.
That's absolutely right. Go back to Lenny Cook at the moment. The green Aston Martin and Anton behind him. No damage on Lenny's car. Let's go back to Anton's car. He's got no damage as well. Of course, we have those screens. We have these new gizmos here at SwiftX. You can see right there. The eShop Nordic Tyre Performance.
Joshua Bashford catching up with Jan Chief.
Yeah, just going to see whether or not Anton can get past Lenny down the main straight away. No, thinks about it second, but they exchange Giroux at the top of the here, and they need to, because look at E2. Closing on the top two Mercedes.
Oh, it's moving. They're moving. That's going to come alongside into the corner. This is going to be very, very close. They're alongside. They have more than enough right, but now that is a absolute send.
Wow. E2, not messing around right now. He's in the middle of a missile barrage there of the Mercedes, and he managed to get past one. Sorry?
Luke potentially got damaged. That seems very slow. Sorry, his Will got damaged, because that seems very slow.
Well, we'll check right now with the graphics. Yes, he does. 16%. End plate damage to the right for Will.
Yeah, that looks very slow through that corner. Very slow. He's going to have to change his wing, because he has to at this point.
Yeah, that's
too much. He needs that pace
because
he is quick.
The 20s are too much. If you're in the 10s, maybe.
Yeah, he has to go in. He's losing so much. Look how far back he is now. He's actually in danger of getting taken by the rest of the grid on track.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Jan, because Jan has to get past him quickly, because Jan's got no. But let's keep on Noah, because they're all going to be Pro. Noah almost hit the back there, Joshua, but no, managed to lift off a little bit. No damage on Noah's car, but Noah's had to fully send here now. Commitment.
Oh no! AJ's round!
Where's AJ?
Still somehow no damage.
Yes, no, he actually does have a little bit of damage now, unfortunately. Twice now, AJ. And E2's in the lead of this race. Get back to this one.
Will's not going into the... Whoa, that's a decision. DRS has now been enabled, but it's not going to help Will.
Unbelievable, all the action that's happening at the moment with the one camera that we have. I wish you had all the camera operating that you had there at Le Mans that you did on the weekend, my friend, but unfortunately, you only have one camera here. Anton has retired from the session, the pit lane retirement, that is. Luke Franklin trying to put that pressure back. He wants it. He says, look, I'm having a migrating host issue again. We've had that before. Anton's because Anton's retired. Is that because Anton's... Oh, hopefully we're going to have that issue again.
Well, hopefully. Well, it's not saying migrating anymore, so let's just hope.
It will migrate it to another host anyway.
Hopefully it's migrated to a spectator, which would be smart.
So AJ got the damage, he's in the pit lane. Neil's got damage, he's in the pit lane.
Has Luke?
Luke, I'm just going to have a look back to Noah at the moment, because Noah's putting pressure on Jan. Do the carousel section, love it. Oh, I want to get you a t-shirt one day. I want to get all the drivers a t-shirt, isn't it, mate? It says, I survived the castle of Baku. I think that's
Luke's dropping back massively.
Has he?
He's dropping back hugely off A2.
He's got no damage, Bob. Absolutely not, according to our fantastic graphics, so he's all good to go. Just
he's got
maybe
Peter Locker right on the back. There's a proper train here.
Saving his energy for a little bit, we'll see. And maybe his tyres for a little bit, because he knows he could probably out-tyre E2, Lavalina, but Noah right now.
I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, the Ferrari, this should be easy peasy, you'd have to say, right, mate, with the DRS?
Absolutely, as past comes Noah Idikodapi heading down towards the first corner. And of course, Peter Locker's just made the move on Joshua Bashford. He is going to send it. He's going to stay there. He's still there. He's still there. He's still there.
It's like your spotter right now. He's like left, still there, still there, still there. It's like iRacing. Here we go.
Oh, taps the wall, but...
And exchange of the lead of the race at the moment. Now, there we go. Luke's going to be able to get a good exit here, but that's going to be bold and brave to send it around the outside there. Otherwise, you're into the fence.
Old switcheroo would have been smarter. Yeah. But that is, of course, going to... Will is somehow catching.
I don't believe that with Will's damage, exactly. He's happy to stay. As long as he stays with the DRS, he can just tag it along there. Eke it out until the first round of pit stops for them. I think Jan and Noah have made that switcheroo. Actually, Jan's still holding up, but it's side by side. Joshua Bashford's in the mix here, and Joshua's around.
Wing off.
Yep. Oh, and that's a difficult place to get it back around too. He did
that's
actually.
An M play off, so that might be a VSC, but we'll see. Nope, nothing.
Further back in the field, more action everywhere, action all over the place. NordVPN brings you the quickest action, and there is at SwiftX, and they are quick. On board with Peter Locke, and Noah's up the road. Noah, of course, is behind the junior Alfa Romeo Ferrari team. That's a great squabble. As you can see, Will's still just hanging in there. Will has damage on his teammate just behind his teammate Luke. E2 Lapalano in the lead of this race. So they do not have damage, those top two drivers. These drivers at the moment are all good to go as well too. No damage from Peter as we get the helicopter. There we go. You wanted the helicopter we had last time around Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a
They're
helicopter now.
still within the DRS of each other, quite considerably. And
Great.
here comes Noah Edekotopi with a bit of overspeed on Young Chief, but not quite enough. So those Mercs just have to hang on until A2 has to pit.
Yeah. And Jan, of course, the German team, his teammates down there in P10. They're relatively near here to the SwiftX Motorsports, but there we go. That's the Ferrari going to send up the inside. It does.
What a move.
Oh, yeah, you had to make it stick, of course, because those walls come out and bite you if you dig too deep on your brake pedal.
Joshua Bashford into the pits for the medium tyres.
I don't want to yeah, go ahead.
Will has just dropped out the DRS.
But he's still hanging in there with that damage, which I have to say is still pretty impressive. He has to eke it out to a pit stop. He has a 5-second gap to Noah. So he can maintaining that one at the moment. It's all he can need to do. But it's going to cost him an extra 5 seconds in the pit stop to change that front wing. If he does elect to. He doesn't have to. Considering the pace he has,
No.
he might not. Peter.
What I think they're trying to do is hold out.
Oh, let's ride on board. I love the sensation of speed through here, isn't it? It's insane how quick these cars go, and insane how close you have to be to the walls. Closer to the wall, isn't it? The better exit speed you're going to have, but also a risk of losing your front wing.
Will is now out of the DRS.
See if that's going to come into play for Noah. Noah has to be well aware, of course, the Ferrari driver, that, hey, he is damaged, so get on with it. And Noah, of course, has the fresher tyres. Noah may be looking to take care. Will's in.
That's in the pit.
Yep.
Will Cassidy is
Will's
into
in.
the pit. We're
I'm
going to see
gonna go
what
back to
tyres
this.
he's going to go on.
I want to, yeah, keep an eye on that one. I'm keeping an eye on the battle
Medium
down here.
tyres and a front wing change,
Okay, so he's changing. Thank you very much for that, Ted.
which is smart.
I mean, Scruffy, Ted?
Yeah, the front wing change is smart. He needs to do it. He's got the pace, and he's losing so much that, I'm not going to lie, that wing's going to make a huge difference.
Going to throw his strategy off a little bit. But safety car's been deployed. And why is that?
Oh!
AJ's in the fence somewhere. I can't see where AJ is. Oh, well, if we go to E2, you'll see AJ. That's a
Castle.
That's out of the castle section. Victim. He's been retired already, back to the pit lane.
Oh dear. He did not survive the castle section. Now, this is going to be a massive, massive win for Will Cassidy.
Yeah, I was about to say, because he just timed it
He's
right
just
before.
pitted.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's pitted. The safety car's come out. Everyone else is going to have to send it into the pits. He isn't.
E2, of course, has got 8-lap tyres, but yeah, you know, look at the tyres at the moment. This is a tyre graphic, of course, presented by eShop Nordic. It's just, yeah, look at that. I mean, they're 35% rears. You got to get rid of them now while you have the opportunity under a quicker pit stop. Everybody will box, you'd have to imagine, apart from Will and Jan. Jan just boxed too. So this is a great play, you'd have to say, for the German driver. He's been performing very well, you'd have to say, in the second round this season.
Absolutely.
Because they got fresh
The thing
boots.
is, yeah, so Will Castle will probably lead the race, depending on who comes into the pits. Gonna jump to E2
It'll
Lapalainen.
be interesting. Pit stop around here costs you 20 seconds.
Long.
It's very quick, actually. So,
Yeah, it's still quite long on a very fast circuit.
I'll show
though.
you the gap to leader currently at the moment. There it is. So,
A2's locking to the left.
E2 can come in and out and still be ahead of Will.
So A2's going in.
Yep.
Luke is going in. The Ferrari of Noah Edekotopi is going in, I think.
Yep.
Peter Lockett is going in. Luke Temperinka is going in. Cass, on the other hand,
Stays out.
will probably not have to. But the question is, will they get out ahead of them?
They won't. I don't think.
They're going to be close.
Because E2 is coming
They're
out
out.
now. And so will Luke. But I think he might jump. Where's Will?
Yeah, he is. He's just going to pit them.
Ah, where's Will? There's Will.
Oh, just on the pit exit. My goodness.
Gets
That
Noah.
was...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back up into third, and that is an exceptional play. It's not even a play. You can't even call that a play, because that was just
But
exceptionally good
what did Jan
time.
go back in?
Whoa!
Jan already took the pit stop before. Did he take front wing
Why is he
change?
back in?
I have to check that one.
Damage.
It must have been.
Must have had to have damage. Must have been damage. You don't make that call.
It's a 2.4 second pit stop.
What?
No damage. That's not getting on the telemetry. So Jan was in the crucial place, remember, right behind Will, already changed
Yeah.
tyres and come back into the pit lane again. That's surprising. Was he? And Jan was on the hard tires. Oh, maybe elected to say, look, I'm getting rid of the hards and go on the mediums. But that's track position lost a lot of it.
I mean, Anton Larson was on soft as
Jan
well.
should have been essentially right now where Noah is in P4.
Fourth. He should have been P4,
Yeah.
That is a weird pit stop.
a
There
weird
has
call.
to have been a reason for it.
Yeah, there was no front wing change, so that's just... I mean, the hard tires, you got to remember, we're just over halfway through the race. I mean, that wouldn't be that much difficult to drive, would they, compared to all the mediums? Is it worth losing all that track position for the change
I mean,
tires?
those mediums are going to last 13 laps.
Okay, so you just elected
They'll definitely
to say,
last 12. They'll definitely last 12 laps. So these guys should be able to go on the rest of the race on these. That's why I think he will have changed the tyres. He's got the pace over half the grid. So he's definitely got the ability to jump back up to where he is. He won't be able to do that with slower tyres as efficiently. So I think the vast majority of this is actually caused by him, just wanting to make sure he has the pace.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Continue.
Yep. I think that there was obviously the option for drivers to go to the soft tyres. However, soft tyres only tend to last 9 laps. So it would have been a real risk. Like, you would have had to push those tyres to the point of bursting to actually get anything out of that. But the cars are just about to start linking up. Joshua Bashford at the back, along with Neil Scheffner, are going to catch up to the back of the grid now. So we should have the safety car in next lap. And that means we will have 11 laps of racing. Hopefully, not quite 11 laps of racing.
Yeah. One more.
But it will be close. It's going to be close.
So if you've just joined us here at the round 2 for the sprint weekend, this is the feature race. This is our second safety car that we've had. And just to
possibly the most important.
everybody an idea of those pit stops at the moment, you can see some of the drivers have elected to take 2 pit stops. Only 1 pit stop there for both of the Mercedes. Everybody else has taken 2. Lenny's back in the pit lane to take another
impressive.
one. And there's your position gainers and losers so far into this round. So Peter's gained 5. Niels has gained 3. Joshua's gained 3. And Lenny's gained 4. We've had a 4 retirements there of AJ, Anton, Ricardo, and Jasper ten Haken.
And of course, every driver is going to get points who is currently on the track.
That's crucial too in the championship currently at the moment. And just to show you the calendar real quick here while you're all tuned in. There it is at the moment. And we are round 2. Hungary's coming up soon. Hungary's also one of those races that tends to rain a lot. So perhaps we'll see that one. And then Portugal for the roller coaster ride before a little bit of a break and back at it. Back at the live racing currently that we have here at the moment. 15 to 26. And you have the lovely voice of Mr. Scruffy alongside myself broadcasting this one. Sponsored by the fastest VPN on the planet. You know which one that is, mate? Which one is that again?
NordVPN.
Absolutely. You got it. Cool.
The absolutely awful fake guess there. Just the fake. Yeah.
Car should be in this lap. Aston Martin will be the leading. I love the Aston Martin leading the Aston Martin. Of course, there's 1 2. I think I've asked you this before in the past, Scruffy. If you're going to have one of those safety cars parked in your garage, would you like the Merc or the Aston Martin?
That one.
Yeah, this one? I agree.
The Aston.
I love it.
Just because it's an Aston, I'm British.
Oh, all right, fine. Okay, but there we go.
I'm British. I've got to stick with the British car.
Well, you're going to stick with one right now. E2, he's in 1. As the other one's peeled away to go back in, and E2 has to do the restart. Now, we know Will had damage before. Will's going to be back on the powerhouse, isn't he, trying to get that, and whether or not they're going to be team orders at play between him and his teammate, Luke Franklin. Switcheroo or not, who's the quickest? This is going to be fun, mate. This is going to be absolutely.
Are they going to go around now? Because right now would be a big switcheroo. They can go a long way down this straight before going. They can go any time around now, and they'd probably be able to get the jump on him. There it goes, and he did get the jump on him. What a jump!
Bang.
And that Ferrari of Noel Cordoff is right on the back end of Will Casson. Are we going to see ascend by the Ferrari? No, but we are going to see ascend by the AlphaTauri on the Ferrari of Peter Luca.
Great.
And you're going to see ascend on the Merc.
Oh,
He spun the Merc.
Wheels around.
That was 100% due to contact by Peter Luca, and there's no question about it. It was on the broadcast.
That means
And
Peter's
that
also
is
dropped back.
not going to. That was a bit of a bump by Joshua Bashford. That is going to very much annoy that Mercedes driver.
Oh, you bet. Considering
So I am looking forward to potentially speaking to them after this race if we can.
We couldn't even get to a chance to chat to Will after his first
I
race
hope so.
victory in
Let's see what you can do.
sprint.
Has he got damage?
Yeah, but you know what? You've got to get your head down and get on with it now. You got time, and we know Will's the quickest. Was the quickest.
Damage.
We'll have a look at Will if he does have a damage. Of course, because have a new graphic. Yes, he does. 21% end plate. Unfortunately,
No. He just fixed it.
he just fixed
He's
it.
just going to be
I
there
know.
like, he just fixed the other side, and now he's on the other side.
No refunds, unfortunately. There, Will. You have to get back in there. And, it's like it's unwanted Christmas presents, isn't it? After the Christmas break, you got to go back and return them. Oops, no, sorry, that wasn't the wing I wanted. Give me another one.
Doesn't have the receipt, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's true. It's somewhere stuck on the track in Baku in one of those turns. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. We do have, of course, Luke Franklin, the final remaining Merc up at the top. It's not to say Will Casson can't catch up in 10 laps. He absolutely could. But right now, that's going to send it. Luke has to basically make a move. As in the chat A to B, Luke has to win it for Mercedes now. Yes, Luke will want to win it for Mercedes now, just to make sure they get back to that point. It's 0.7 of a second off. We've got 9 laps remaining.
Yeah, if you have another late safety car, and with Will's determination, he's going to.
Oh, that would help Will a lot. Will
he's going to be a man on the merit. But you never say never when it comes to motor racing, as you said, because another safety car right now definitely would bring him into play. That's why you just got to go for it, get your head down. And
he's in the pits.
How much more of a victory would that be for Will if he was to come back from last place and win it? Which has been possible. It's been done before. Keep an eye on Peter on the back there of the Alfa Romeo.
Whoa, here comes the move. What a send. Is he going to keep hold of it? Not quite. The old switcheroo, though, potentially being made. He's going to... Oh!
Argy-bargy. Elbows out.
But it's what you'll have to see, because it's not straight into a wall, and they're going to be side by side up into the castle.
No, they're going to back off a shot. We'll go aboard Lenny to have a look at Lenny's T-cam as Lenny sit there going, come on, guys, try it. I dare you. No, he doesn't want it, of course, because he'll be plowed in the back of him as well, too, for the Aston Martin driver.
They're going to be so close. Joshua Bashford right on the back end of this battle ahead. Of course, there's not much going on up at the front of the grid compared to the back of the grid. Given that all positions are points positions, every single position is an important one. As Peter Looker gets the position.
What's going on? There's absolutely no front wing on the Aston Martin. Must have a little bit of collision on the wall. It's just sort of an overtake there because Peter's got that position. Jan Chief, yep. Now, Jan Chief's going to be
nothing on the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, let your teammate pass. Don't make it too easy, of course, to let Lenny pass. Look at that.
There he goes. Lenny will, of course,
They're
be
gonna block
blocked.
Lenny.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly. That's clever.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, that saves a little bit of time at the moment. That's actually probably helped the opportunity. No, Lenny's going to send it.
What a send. That is exceptionally close and fair racing, and I love to see it. I love to see close, fair racing. And there goes a McLaren!
In this party.
Where did he come from?
Joshua, because he got the DRS toe from both of them down there.
Came out of nowhere.
Let's have a look at Lenny making another run. They've all got DRS going in 10.
Oh!
Let's go on board with Joshua and have a watch from this back here. Let's have a look at the McLaren.
Jan Sheep coming out the pits. Will Cassidy might be able to gain a position here.
I'd say so.
I'm not sure why Jan's gone to the hards, but it's probably because he doesn't have any mediums.
It should be true, actually. You're right on this
But
one.
he could have gone to the softs.
Have a look at Lenny. Look at where Niels is parking that car, making it difficult there for Lenny. Lenny gets a little power slide coming out of the corner. Joshua, you can't go there.
Josh.
Oh, exactly. I mean,
Can't park there, mate.
No, because then you have to go right through here right now, the castle section, of course. You see the blinking light of death there from Niels, so no doubt. I think Lenny, if he gets a good run here, should be at that little ERS management and the DRS as well coming up.
It's not a place to send it here. This is not a section you could really make big sends. It doesn't really sort of lend itself to that.
You can tell the drivers that way, but they're still going to try it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Obviously, it doesn't lend itself to big sends. It lends itself to sends like where you know you can make it stick, but not like from that distance back. That's a dive bomb at that point.
Now Lenny has to get ready. Yeah, you can see he's tucked in. That's 2/10. This is going to be an easy piece of that
Here
DRS
he comes.
activation. You get that beep anytime soon. There's that wing, and there's that extra 15, 20
Here's Lenny.
I wonder how much Joshua can gain on this one too, because you know that Niels
Quite a bit, wow.
Yeah, a little sitting target there. Not too much you can do about it. Yeah, it has helped.
Back end twitch from Neil, so that's going to cause Joshua to go down the inside. He's got to make that move. What a move! Oh!
So just like
racing.
that, I feel for Niels, because Niels now dropped 2 places in a matter of 2 corners. But what goes around comes around. He'll have that DRS coming back. He's actually fighting back.
Yanshief and Will at the back. Yanshief not just going to make it count. And Niels and Joshua, wow.
Lick the
battle's going on.
Send
the
it,
low.
Lenny. Exactly right. It's in the mail.
Oh,
It's already been DHL'd to the other side of the Formula 1 calendar, as Niels is going to try to fight the way back. Still, Luke Franklin is hanging in there on E2. We know that Luke is just a little bit of a mastermind when it comes to that ERS strategy, haven't we, before? Just saving that battery for the right time at the right place. Will putting in the fastest laps, trying to catch the back of this battle right here that you're viewing.
absolutely.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Will doesn't shave that time too for now. Put it this way, Will's last lap was a 141.3. These guys are 145.7, so he's almost shaved 4 to 5 seconds a lap off this battle.
That's mad. It's absolutely insane. And here comes Luke Franklin bringing down the time. It's going to be under half a second. Will it be enough? That's massively closer now. Look how close those two have got.
Yeah, we're going to switch back up to that one. We know that Niels and Joshua are battling it out, but I want to get back up to the business end right here that you mentioned. So Niels did probably.
And Niels has gone through.
Gets past Joshua, yeah, back there again. They're going to continue that little DRS momentum switch between them as long as they keep it out of the fence. We'll switch back to them a second, because it looks like Joshua actually the lift there. He was thinking about it. They've contacted.
Oh!
And now,
Oh!
Niels, I think Joshua was going to say my bad, and Niels is backed up. Now, is Joshua lifting off there? No.
Niels backed up into it. Might be doing what Joshua's doing.
Yeah, who knows what's going on there. Usually,
who knows? Like,
we've seen it in SwiftX here before. Usually it's good sportsmanship. If somebody does something wrong, they will lift off and allow you to get the position back.
yeah. But Niels just straight up backed up.
But
there.
backing up into it is frustration you probably don't want to see anyway. He's new. They're relatively new to the league, so they'll probably get used to that sportsmanship that we'll have later on. But Luke, well, we know he's a sportsman. Luke Franklin, and we know the E2 Lapalina, but I don't know how much are they going to be friends when they're on track right now, battling for P1 and P2. Here we go.
Heading down towards the last sector of the track. That's the line. He's up a little bit. He's down a bit on his time before, but he's going to be a lot closer. He's within half a second. I'm not obviously. He's got a fair amount of ERS. He's definitely got enough.
Yeah, tyres are good on the screen. Front wing's good on the
They've
screen.
They've both got exactly the same amount of ERS right now. So this will be very, very close. They're going to want to use it. But here comes the DRS. Could this potentially be a send? He looked for it. Not quite. The next DRS zone is probably where he's going to want to try it. But the problem is, the danger is you go into DRS zones, and you are just going to turn out into a bit of a battle of just send it, not send it, back and forth constantly. And it's like,
oh, Peter!
You got to push that.
Peter making a run on Luke. I think that's classic Techbooks 101. Luke has a little twirly-whirly coming out of the corner, and Peter will say, thank you very much. I'll have that one. I've just set yourself a fashion statement of a fashion overtake there for the Alpha Tories. Further back at the top of the timesheets, once again, the battle for P1 is resuming between E2 Lapalainen in the Aston Martin and Luke Franklin in the Silver Bullet Mercedes.
It's getting very close. The thing is, AC Lapalainen is pulling away a little bit, but it's not enough to get away. Luke Tenblinker in 5th, just looking at the times, is not giving up that easily. They are going so close to the walls through the castle.
Yeah, and you know what? It's even amazing. That castle's not actually a full castle. It's just a wall. There's nothing behind it. Absolutely whatsoever. They just kept the front part of the wall. Everything else is behind. It's just a normal building. You can't even climb it, I don't think, or whatever. We'll check that one a little bit later. I haven't been to Baku. But here we go. Helicopter camera. Thank you very much there, Codemasters. But the battle's still resuming. We've got about 5 laps to go. Light rain in 47 minutes. Forget about that. Ain't going to happen. Unless we have a red flag. But we're not going to get one of them.
Here comes Luke Franklin onto the main straight within the DRS send zone. But the thing is, he's got to get the DRS now. There it goes. He's getting stuck in the overspeed as soon as A2 spots that. Are they going to use the ERS? I'm surprised Luke didn't use the ERS.
He's saving
He's
it again.
trying to save it, I think.
We've seen this
to be fair, it worked last time.
Yeah,
it worked last time.
No, it's gone into the fence a little bit hard there. Lost the front wing for Noah. Look at this.
No.
P3 for
Davey
the
on the track,
Ferrari.
safety car!
It has, because of the front wing from Noah. Oh, well.
They
Guess
need
what?
to pit for softs.
This is now bring Will into play, hasn't it?
They need to pit for softs.
They have to pit for softs, I'd have to say. Where are they currently on the track, too?
Now, they need to pit. Neil
they're all in.
Scheffner
Joshua's
drives
in.
through penalty, speeding under the safety car, and DNF.
Will's gone back in for softs, I'd have to say, yep.
Yep, so that is a good decision. Because he knows, so has Joshua Bashford. They know that they need to get the softs on, as do the leaders, which means we could potentially see Joshua Bashford in the lead.
And how does this help Noah? Because Noah now could crawl back, even though he's got no front wing. But he can crawl back because he can't. Oh, if he can turn it.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, Noah.
I think I spoke a little bit too quick on that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you maintain that position, you're not allowed to overtake, are you? Under a safety car. So everybody
Unless
would
they're
have had
off
to
the
back up
track.
behind Noah. Noah's just got
we're
to
gonna
keep it
keep
cool,
an eye-
calm, and collective. You can go slow, Noah. You don't have to go that quick. Just got
We're
to
going to
keep
keep an eye on
Lenny
Will
behind you.
Cass. At the back, it's currently in 8th. Joshua Bashford in 7th. Those are the only 3 on softs. Now, the main question is, here comes A2 Lapalainen. Are we going to see pits? Because Joshua Bashford is 28.5 seconds behind Lenny Cook.
Yeah, I'll pull the track
Now-
map up for everybody to see where they are located, because that's going to be a little
Here
bit
we
more
go.
locating.
Leaning to the left, leaning to the left, leaning to the left. Oh, they're going to try and pull Merck
E2 did.
into a pit battle.
Yeah.
They're both in. Now, Peter Locker, are we going to see him go to the pits? He's leaning to the left of the line. That's very likely indicating a pit. Behind, pitting. Lenny Cook leaning towards the line, pitting. Joshua Bashford, that's not going to be enough time. They are way too far back.
Yeah, have a look at the track map right now where Joshua is. That is your triangle for the orange. And you're going to have them exiting. E2 should be exiting the pit lane about now. They are out. And there's Franklin out. Peter Locke should be out. And Lighterstead, everybody else. But they're going to be bunched up behind the safety car now, remember. So that 32-second gap from Joshua is now going to be... He's on fresh boots, so he's going in.
What?
Why's Joshua going in? Real quick there. Does he have any damage? No, yeah, 10% wing damage.
So what I will say is A to B in there's just gone, using Google Earth, I can confirm it's just a wall.
That means Will's going to take that position back. Thank you very much, he'll say.
Yep, absolutely. Will is jumping up, and Will is faster than a lot of the drivers ahead of him.
I thought you were going to say Will's faster than me. Will is faster than you. Yes, he is, actually.
Well,
I can confirm
Will's
that
definitely
one.
faster than me, because I don't have a wheel. So I don't have a wheel. I have, unfortunately, a bit of plastic with 2 joysticks on it.
You are quick, mate. I've seen you drive around before.
I'm quick on a
You're
controller, but it'll
quick.
take a whole new
Yeah.
learning game to go onto a
But
wheel.
if you're quick in a controller, imagine how quick you are on a wheel.
Well, you just got to know the strategy. That's all it is.
E2 knows it, but Luke is... what about Luke's strategy that he had, probably, of saving all that ERS up and all that battery management?
Could have worked.
Throw that out
but
the
it's
window
still...
now, because it's a sprint race to the end. Because, how much your battery deployment? You could probably use all your battery almost now, wouldn't it, with about 2 laps to go?
Yeah, exactly. And that safety car is going to stay out for a while. It only comes in with a lap
now
remaining.
Will's going to be like, yeah, come on time. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. He can go flat, no doubt. As
He's got to get there.
Yeah. This
But
could
the thing
be
is, that safety car will stay out to a lap, I believe.
Century here, yeah. If Will, I think Will could get, depending on all the action that happens up the road, potentially a P4 at best. I mean, he can obviously get a P1.
At best, he can get a podium.
But he could get a podium. It is possible. If anybody could do it on this track, Mr. Will can. He's got the fastest lap, so he's still going to get a consolation point. Unless anybody else steals that one away, which they may very well do.
A2, I think, will.
Because they're going to have fresh softs. Everybody's on fresh softs, as you can see.
That safety car's still going to be out because we've been waiting for Joshua Bashford and Young Chief at the back.
Yep. That's
Should be in
that
bonus lap.
is Mr. Scruffy's safety car as well too. I'll make sure they get that towed back to your garage after the race.
I think this may come in at the end of the lap.
Scruffy, now okay, we give you that safety car, Scruff. Would you sell it and buy a wheel? Or just keep the safety car? Why would you
Keep
want
the
to
safety car. It's more fun to drive.
You have a wheel in the Aston Martin.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the point in cars is I like them to drive, not to collect it as warehouse gathering dust, like a lot of car collectors.
Sure, you'd be driving that one.
Cars
I
are meant to
can
be
tell you
driven,
that
not to be
right now,
stored.
mate.
Yeah.
When I fly to the UK, you come pick me up at the airport in that car. I'll be happy. All right.
You just gotta wait for the
Welcome along.
third sector.
You're putting up with the duo there of Biggles and Scruffy for the final couple of laps of our feature race round 2, presented by NordVPN, the fastest of all the VPN networks on the planet, and the quickest of the racing league at Swift Motor Racing Series, as well as E2 Lapline has to hold on for a couple laps. No DRS will be enabled for any of the drivers now. So
And it won't be re-enabled at all.
No, it's going to be all battery. That's it. All battery, but you can pretty much use it all anyway, right, mate? Because, I mean, 2 laps to go. The safety car will be in this lap, and guarantee you that. All your money back.
Will Cass heating the tyres up in 7th position. I'm going to keep an eye on Will Cass.
If you can, for sure, that'd be awesome.
Because that could be a very interesting restart.
Hope you're all having fun tuning in. I know A2B's been zooming in on this one. Unfortunately, it's not live on the Google Earth, so you won't be able to see the cars around the track on the satellite.
Imagine being lucky enough to own one of those apartments.
I know. And they're short little balconies, aren't they? But it'd be a great place to be standing. I'm sure there'll be
There it is.
Airbnb, mate, if you want to spend about 20 grand.
Yeah, exactly. As the safety car is coming in this lap.
How much pressure is E2 on? A lot. Let's see. But he's had good race launch before in the previous safety car, so you got to do it again, mate.
He's probably going to go on a completely random point, which would be smart. As soon as he straightens out the car, you know he's gone. He's probably going to go somewhere in this range.
You see, Luke's now had, this is the second time around, so dress rehearsal's over. It's time for the main show.
And any time now under that light is where he went last time, and he's going to go in the roughly same area.
Luke's keeping straight.
No, he's there he goes! Will got a bad start further back, but Luke is there.
The other
Will Luke be able to make it stick? This is going to be a very, very close battle, and I really hope for Mercedes' sake that no one goes into the back of them.
Yeah, you keep an eye on
Oh.
Will at the moment too, mate.
Yeah,
The
I
other
will.
As Lenny Cook's making a run here. Trying to.
They've only got 2 laps to do anything.
Peter and
Luke
P3.
Franklin will have the boost.
They're clean now. I think they've learnt the lessons a couple of times now to keep your front wing intact for the final 2 laps.
And here goes Will making a move on the Ferrari of no Cordopi potentially. Still there, still on the left.
Oh,
Very close.
there's no road there, Will.
No, none at all. Unfortunately, he just ran out of space. Heading through here, of course, there's going to be no space whatsoever. There was a little bit of a slide. Whoa, big slide for the Merc and Luke. Not losing it, thankfully. The Ferrari's sliding. Those tyres are cold, of course.
Look how close Lenny is on Luke. The other Luke. Oh, he can't send up the inside there. That would be a dangerous territory, but he wants to get a great exit speed out of the final couple of corners to see if he can get him down the main straightaway without the DRS, of course. Until there's going to be battery deployment. 2 for now. Lenny's on a mission. You got an Aston Martin in P1, and you want an Aston. He wants an Aston Martin in P4.
They're both using it. They're both on the same ERS. They're both managing this exceptionally well. It is literally going to go down to the final lap. I don't think the Merc of Lappin Island's using the ERS. Luke is not. That might be the difference.
Luke just used it.
He's only using it sparingly, though. Lappin Island will want it for the fastest lap. Will Casson. No fastest lap for them.
It's bringing
Now, of
Noah
course,
into play as well.
Exactly. There is a 10% advantage that the Merc of Luke Franklin has over A2 Lappalainen on the ERS.
Is Lenny
It's
gonna
now
take it?
down to 2%.
Where's Lenny going to get an overtake around here? You're going to get it very soon. Maybe this corner
You can't send it now, surely.
or the next. Otherwise, you got to wait through the castle section.
Yeah, this is where Will has to make moves. I don't think Will can make many more moves from 7th. The biggest move here will be Luke Franklin, not A2 Lappalainen, I think, if anything. They're on exactly the same ERS. Luke has to make this stick now. He has to make a move on the castle section or he will not get past.
Here we go. The battle for P1 is definitely heating up in Baku.
It's going to go down to the line.
Yep, go side by side through that. Come on, I want to see it. No, it's not going to happen.
Cass is past! And that's a spin. No! That was never going to work!
There are 2 side by side through the castle. Are you kidding me?
They hit the walls, though.
Oh, that's Will around.
Yeah. But back to the lead, battle for the lead. This is incredibly close. 0.3 of a second, dropping to 0.4 potentially. He's got to make this work.
And also
this is his last opportunity.
Lenny had a great exit, I think. He's getting very, very close too.
Sending it.
Yep, Lenny's going to go for it here.
And here comes the move. He has to use all of his ERS. He's using all of his ERS. This is a risk from Luke, which means that all A2 Lapalainen now has to do is just use the ERS. That is going to be across the line, very likely for A2 Lapalainen to take the win here in Baku. There, straight across the line. DRS enabled, not that it matters. That is the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Will Casson down in 8th position after unfortunately getting spun round. Peter Locker in 3rd position, but it completely depends on any reports after the race.
Oh, sure, there may be a couple of them.
And there will be reports, I'm sure.
What a cracker! Get your cheese and crackers out, my friend, because driver of the day will go to Lenny Cook and went off P14 up into P5, and he took 5 pit stops there. The results will come up there for a second for you to go through, Scruffy. Wow, you need to lay down. Oh, no, E2 Lapalainen is going to be excited about that one. He also stole the fastest lap as he does the dance of all dances. Congratulations, you've won Baku for the SwiftX Motor Racing Series.
What a fantastic, fantastic race for that one. And we're going to skip that. I'm just going to quickly make sure
that we
can get all of the times down. So, first position, A2 Lapalainen in the Aston Martin, followed by Luke. I keep forgetting the names because of the fact they're not the same on our screens. Luke Franklin in 2nd in the Burke.
Yep.
Peter Locker in 3rd in the Alpha Tauri, followed by Luke Templinka in the Williams. Lenny Cook in the Aston Martin, rounding out the top 5. Noah Konopi in the Ferrari in 6th position. Jan Schief in 7th. Will Casson, unfortunately, in 8th position, dropping down from quite a good finish in the qualifying and in the sprint race. Followed by Joshua Bashford in 9th, Neil Scheffner in 10th, AJ Jackson in 11th, Anton Larsen in 12th, Ricardo Gabetti in 13th, and Jasper Den Haken rounding out the grid of 14 drivers. That was perfect time.
You got it right on cue there. One of the best in the business, of course, is Mr. Scruffy back into the booth again for the second time around for all season. We'll be having interviews, of course. We'll definitely have to be having some of those. As A2B says, great race of battles and drama throughout the whole race. Huge shout out to the commentators for an amazing job. Thank you very much, and congratulations to E2. Absolutely, congratulations to E2. We'll hopefully be speaking soon. Yeah, they're in a cool down room. Yes, Scruffy, did you? I mean, drama. 3 safety cars. Did you expect all this? Did you expect it to come down? It was great to have that extra safety car because it did bring Will into play. Will did definitely try to push it at the end there, but unfortunately a little bit. I didn't catch the pictures completely too much there, but I was 2 cars in the castle section. Was there? Because
they were side by side into the entry of the castle section.
I can't believe that. I can't believe I've missed that one right at the very end.
Yeah, they were side by side and unfortunately clashed wheels and got bumped into the walls in the castle section. It is possible to overtake through the castle.
I've always wanted that. We got some people in the cool down room, so who would you like to bring in for a chat?
Well, let's bring out the race winner.
Okay. Let's drag him up. Go ahead, Scruffy.
Hello, A2.
What's up?
Oh, so that's a win in what was honestly a insane race. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it was very insane.
Yeah. Come on, E2, you get so excited, mate. That was amazing. Come on. You got the fastest lap as well. You had to hold off Luke for multiple times under that safety car. You took the extra pit stop, not to mention. Luke Franklin had 1 less pit stop. Explain the race, the whole drama. You used all the compounds. You went 4 laps on hards, 9 laps on the mediums, 9 laps on the mediums, and finished on the softs. How was it? Explain the whole thing.
I mean, my worst track, easily. I don't know why I keep winning in my worst tracks, but so, I mean, I have P1 and start. I had a good start, and when the safety car came out, I do this strategy. So when you pit for mediums, you can, use this mediums for longer than the hards, and you can gain time. Then you pit again for the mediums, and you should be ahead, and you fit fresher mediums. And I mean, the safety car ruined it, so then I had to pit for mediums in lap 12 and go to the end and pit for softs. I didn't really want to pit for soft, but I had to.
You had to make the call because you're leading the race. Now you know that everybody else is kind of going to go, or whatever he does, will do.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're obviously going to be fingers crossed, aren't you, when you do go into the pit lane going, I hope that everyone else behind me does box, otherwise I'm going to come out in traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the softs at all in this game. They're so bad. And especially on Baku, they're so bad. They're even worse. So, yeah, I really had to think about it if I pit or not. I'm glad I pitted that lane. Really, yeah, nothing else to say.
Very Finnish, just like Kimi Räikkönen of the interview.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool, calm. Mr. Iceman, Mr. E2 lap aligned, of course. It's great. Yeah, congratulations, fastest lap as well, so you get that bonus point. Scruffy, questions there for Iceman?
Not particularly.
Okay.
This is an excellent race.
Yeah, it was a good race. First win.
Yeah.
Yes. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Another 1-2
Absolutely.
trophy cabinet, mate. Good job.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we will switch out now for Peter Locker.
Yeah, the Pete Star. Welcome, Pete Star. Welcome to the interview, mate. Congratulations from P10 up in a P3. That was a race you probably didn't expect to get those results, but you got the podium.
Yeah, I think. Thank you.
It's an interesting race. Obviously, there was a little bit of contact between yourself and Will Casson. Assuming that was just a little bit about breaking yourself. Or just
I guess overestimating the brakes.
Yeah.
Thought
Which
I could
does
make
happen.
it. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, it's fully my fault, but yeah. It's just overestimating the brakes and hoping he would give a. It looked like he gave some space, but then he turned in. So stuff happens. It happens. Yeah.
It's a very close race and an exceptional climb. I can't remember where you started. Biggles, do you have
He
that
started
one?
in P10, yeah.
So start in P10, end up in P3.
Yeah.
Which is a heck of a jump, to be honest.
I mean, it was about the same last year. I started P18 and then the P3.
But yes, fantastic race. Very, very close.
Thank you.
Did
you expect a podium, Peter, when you started this race? You know, with considering the speed there of the likes of Will and the Silver Bullets, the Mercs, and
not at all.
No?
I was comparing times when I was talking to the other drivers, and they were like 4, 5 tenths faster than me just on lap pace. So I was really not expecting anything out of this race.
Well, to give you a little bit of a consolation prize per se, you were the 4th fastest driver in the whole race. Your fastest lap was at 1:42 flat, okay, and the other 2 drivers that finished, so E2 and Luke, were the 41s, and as well as Will in the 41s. They're the best laps in the whole race. So you had the pace, that's for sure. To have the 4th fastest lap, and you finished in P3, so you're above the pay grade at the moment that you are. So that's going to be pretty good, and like you're in the AlphaTauri, mate. AlphaTauri. So your fashion statement looks good.
Yeah, it's a bit different from last year, but you know, it's basically Red Bull still.
Excellent. Any shout outs you want to say to everybody out there before we let you go, just have a chill and collect the trophy?
Shout out to Cass for being so chill about me taking one out. That's about it.
All right. There you go.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
I do in advance apologize for butchering your name again and again and again. That's what I do.
Don't worry about it.
Lucky, is it Lucky?
Luke.
Lucky.
I was close. I said
Scruffy
Luca.
gets it right. Yeah.
I said Luca, that which was pretty close.
Yeah.
It's a weird letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the little thing through the Scandinavian. Anyway, GG's Peter, and looking forward. Okay, real quick there, mate. Of course, the calendar over to what's happening into the next race that we have. I'll pull up the calendar right now so everybody can see it. Hungary, mate. How hungry are you for Hungary?
Well, I haven't been doing too bad around Hungary for the last races we've had, so I'm actually looking kind of forward to it. It is also a very chaotic track, like today. And
a great chance of rain. We all remember the people sliding in the muds down the hills and went there before. So I think statistically it is, outside of like Brazil and a few of the others, it statistically has a high chance of rain. So Also, you get your wet weather setups practice as well.
Definitely.
Thank you, mate. All right, we'll let you go. Have a lay down. GG.
All right. I'll see you guys.
See ya.
Yep.
Let's thank you out there. Nice commentary, of course, because you have the Scruffster in here with the Biggles. And, we are a duo. Scruff, you've been doing this a couple of years now, mate. What a race, isn't it? Baku always
It's an exceptional race. And now we've got to hope for the next race to be even better or the same, which will be quite difficult to top, but Hungary always brings interesting moves.
I think the rain will top it, isn't it? If it has those beautiful changeable conditions, like dry, wet, dry, that'll really spice it up. And Hungary is just one of those left, right, left, right. Normally straightaways, of course, in Hungary, like you have here in Baku. So the DRS isn't as almighty and powerful. Although with those safety cars we had, a lot less DRS than what you would generally expect in a full 50% race.
Yeah.
And that'll be it.
Absolutely.
Niels is Blitz TV. Unfortunately, didn't manage to finish. Niels, yes, he didn't. But Niels, you did good in P10. Niels Schiffner, I think I'm pronouncing your name.
Is that Niels Scheffner?
Yeah, Niels Scheffner. Yep. Now, it's good to see both yourself and Jan. I have to say, a great result for the Alfa Romeo team. They was really, really improved from the first round, and I hope you guys continue that up and up and up in Hungary. Because I know you guys were right in the mix on that one, definitely keeping up the pace. So that'll be it from us there, Scruffy. Any final words there?
I guess bring on Hungary. It'll be an interesting race, certainly.
Excellent. We want to bring on Hungary. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you're tuning in next week for the Hungary race. This is the SwiftX. Round 2 is done and dusted. Sprint weekend. Azerbaijan is gone. Hungary's coming. Sponsored by NordVPN. If you want to get there quicker and quicker and quicker, of course, use NordVPN. You'll be in Hungary in no time. Thank you very much. Take care and stay safe.
It's timeless. I hate you, drama. It's timeless. I hate you, drama.